If you say over $80,000, I'm going to be so mad.
Were we driving around with the brights on that whole time?
You mean, were you driving around
Was
with
I
the brights
driving
on
around
the
with the
whole
brights
time?
on that whole time?
You may have been.
I think I was.
Boy, you're just an absolute knob. Driving a bright orange Sequoia with tow mirrors and a roof rack with your brights on. Hey everybody, it's Charlie and Chris with Daily Motor, and this Sequoia that's outside right now costs something over $76,000, and that is pretty crazy. Let's go take a look at this thing. We haven't actually looked at the window sticker, but we do know that the base price is 76 grand, and
Hard
wow.
to miss. Jeez. I think in some ways this is even more gopping, as James May would say, than the Tundra.
I agree.
Because there's more orange, because you have it on the, like, the whole...
Christopher, look at that roof rack.
That's going to be very quiet.
What?
It's just like you get on the 4Runner, isn't it?
It seems like more.
This is a big vehicle. Careful, it's going to be slippery.
This is very heavy duty. No, the 4Runners is kind of like a basket. This is just like a flat.
What do you put on that?
Well, should I put my skis on this weekend?
Oh, perhaps you could.
What do I just strap them down then, I guess? Huh. Yeah, this is immense. So this is a 2023, I assume, or is it a 2?
It's a 3.
Okay.
Should be a 3.
Toyota Sequoia. I don't think I've ever... No, I drove the old Sequoia once.
Well, the old Sequoia was just like a 2008.
Right,
it?
exactly.
This is the new with the 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 hybrid with 400
Max.
400 and some odd horsepower, 500 and some odd pound-feet of torque.
Also, we know now from the Tundra video that the brights have to be on for the light bar.
This is the most obnoxious looking SUV I think I've ever seen.
I think I'm with you.
Look at the mirrors.
Toyota had that before already with the lime green 4Runner TRD
No, this is
Pro.
great. I mean,
but they're making them more obnoxious.
Sometimes we like flamboyant things.
Yeah, it's kind of remarkable because that is the most generic blend-in car, and this is the opposite.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'm coming at this with an open mind because
take a look at the...
Chris has driven many Sequoias and I haven't. And
yes, I attended the launch event in Plano, Texas.
Yeah, thank you, Toyota.
Yeah, thank you, Jen and Kurt.
Ooh, did you see the lights that went like?
Yes. So this is the part where we struggle a little bit.
Oh, Chris, it has your favorite thing, Annette.
Yes, we do.
You should leave Emily and find a woman named Annette.
Annette?
Annette.
I'd have to go to a nursing home to find one named Annette. So these fold down like.
Are these?
This.
Should these be lowered?
No.
That looks high.
No.
Okay. That's slow.
So this goes like that, and that's as flat as they go.
Oh, well, what's this whole thing?
Let me show you. So, why are there so many?
Wait, what is this?
Don't know.
Toyota, why did you give us this?
Anyways, though, so look, you're not looking.
Oh,
You have to all of these.
Oh,
you got all of these.
Is the net in the way of it?
Got all these different options, Charlie.
Okay. Oh, you can put it at multiple heights. It's like a shelf. So what is this good for?
Groceries.
Oh, so you can put some down here
and then you
some
put
things
more
here.
up here, and they can lean against the seat. Yeah, or
okay, all right.
Or
okay.
You put it here,
and then it's a flat load.
And then it's a flat load surface, mostly because you've got a.
Oh yeah, that's quite a gap.
Yeah, I got a little gap.
But does this it seems like it should unfold as well?
Yes. Yes.
See, look, this bridges the gap.
It bridges the gap.
If you get this thing out of it,
Charlie's in rage mode.
So now that's mostly flat.
Yeah, but it's very high up.
So if I were to want to put my skis in here, this would probably be the way to do it.
Yes.
But they still are gonna...
Yes. That's why I told you to take the Equinox. Remember earlier when I said you'd be surprised?
I am surprised, actually.
However, you could fold these down.
But that still wouldn't be a flat surface, would it?
Correct.
Is there much room in these?
It's kind of like a frustrating thing here because they tried to talk it up and be like, oh, we've got this very clever system in the back. You can have a shelf and stack your groceries up. But at the end of the day, it's just, well, the hybrid battery is in a very inconvenient spot. Yeah.
So the seats can't go anywhere.
Yes,
why did they just not make it the hybrid then? Because we know that the hybrid's not that much more efficient.
Right.
And the normal iForce Max still makes a good amount of power.
You know why? Marketing. So they could say every Sequoia comes standard as a hybrid.
Oh.
Sequoia, standard hybrid. Anyways, if you want to put the third row back up,
okay, can you use
sit
the buttons?
back there? Yes. I always hit it the wrong way and you don't have to hold them either.
That's nice. That's a good feature.
Because I want you to sit in the third row.
Yeah, I'm imagining there's a lot of room there.
Just we'll let you experience that.
Okay. I'll go to this side since
it is a little bit on the line, yeah, slightly.
He knows that the camera goes on the passenger side first, so he placed it over here. Oh, we got the TRD seat design in the second row. That's cool. I'm just gonna go through the middle.
Do you think Stu will know it's me if there's orange paint on his very valuable Escape right there?
I can't imagine he would guess that. How'd this get?
You threw it with rage.
That's not gonna make noise. All right. Oh. This isn't too bad. I mean, for a third row, why did they bother to include this? That seems a bit unnecessary, but okay.
The only thing I found, and it can be a very journalist take, is that the floor is just a little
right
high.
there.
Right.
Yeah, which would be really cool
though.
if this weren't here. This would be a really long, flat load surface.
Yes.
Why do they charge so much for this vehicle? Did they try to make it as expensive as possible?
I think so.
Did they find out that it was going to be very expensive with this motor, and then they just decided, well, we should just put all the possible things like this? I would rather save the $50. If you say over $80,000, I'm going to be so mad.
$80,291. Base price $76,000. We have the power extending tow mirrors, which are only $290.
Hope they can go in from where I am now.
Special color, which is our solar octane paint, $425. Ball mount, $87. Dash cam, $499. And this last option you're really going to enjoy because it's actually the option that puts us over 80 grand. TRD roof rack, $1,395.
Kurt,
he doesn't know what to say.
Kurt or Jen, if you spec'd this vehicle out, I just want you to realize you could have kept it under that magic $80,000 mark and kept the roof rack off, and not a single journalist would have complained. Not one would have walked up and said, you know what this needs? A giant black roof rack.
583 pound-feet of torque.
Well, it's going to need all that to move the giant brick of air that we are with that roof rack on there.
Yeah.
We hardly should even run a fuel economy test.
That's true. This is just massive.
These floor mats are cool. You're not going to sit back here with me?
Yeah.
You've already been back here. Don't do it. Don't. Your feet are all wet. That's such a not Chris type of thing to do. The fact that you thought to do it twice is just disgusting.
Well, the reason is because I can't really get out.
Just stay there. It's okay.
Okay.
You can be comfortable.
Well, can I start it and put my seat in my position so you can correctly gauge the back seat?
I mean, there's still a ton of room here, even with your seat in basketball player mode. Why is that so loud? Go away. Okay.
I think
so we got our third row climate control, which you're going to turn off. We've got a USB-A and a USB-C, as well as a 400-watt wall outlet. That's a good amount of power there.
We have JBL. Yeah, we've got JBL sound system.
Yeah. JBL. Kind of surprising not to see a panoramic roof.
Oh yeah.
At 80 grand. Also, Chris, do you want to adjust your seat position? I thought you already did that.
I did do that.
Why did the screen need to ask you? Oh, why is the screen really concerned about you adjusting your seat?
I don't know. I feel engulfed by this vehicle.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because my seat's down too far.
All right, I'm going to get out and take a look under the hood because engine actually does matter in this car. Oh, and I've dented the escape.
Okay.
No, I actually hit the door handle, I think.
Now you see why I wasn't going to get out. Why I was going to be a degen.
Oh yeah, I'm right on the door handle. Perfect. Ah, and it hit on the black plastic part of the fender, so it was black plastic to black plastic. All right, get the hood for me. Oof, impressive. All right, so there you have it, our iForce Max motor, 3.5 liter, paired up with a hybrid battery there. People have gotten cross with us in the comments recently because we've been advertising that this hybrid is for fuel economy, which I don't think is necessarily true. We've just been testing it. It's not that we are saying that we're expecting it to great fuel economy. We're just seeing what it gets and then commenting on the fact that it's not very good. Ah, yes. Now you can see the lights on here, and the light bar is on. It's very bright. Ah, and he's shut it off. Can you try extending the mirrors? see if we can get these optional tow mirrors to go out. That's not it. Okay. All right, well, we'll play around with that while we're inside.
I feel very buried in here. I don't know what that would be right to say. I just feel like I'm...
Seats are comfy, though.
Yeah, they are really nice. It's nice. It's just, a little...
Heated and cooled seats.
It's very American. It's a very American feeling.
Well, we talked about this with the Tundra, so if any of you have not watched our Tundra review yet...
Go watch it.
Go watch it. Like and subscribe. It's just, it's like the design room came together in Japan and said, well, what do Americans like? And they said, oh, camouflage seats and big letters everywhere, big bulky things, noisy plastics.
I am actually going to move my seat up slightly, which is a very not anti-Chris thing to do.
Well, the screen recommended you do that twice.
Okay, I feel a little bit better now. I'm sitting a little higher up.
Let's see if the seat will go into Emily's spec.
I usually always, no matter what car I drive, I put the seat all the way down. But I felt way too buried in this car doing that.
Okay.
There's the key.
It's a Toyota key. Well, you wouldn't know it from the back.
No, you'd have to read the front.
Yes.
Toyota. Pass-through console here. Same as the Tundra.
Do you have to plug your phone in for CarPlay?
Yes, and it's here. Remember?
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
Rather than this very nice pass-through that they made.
Yes.
That you could have a cable coming just very cleanly out from here.
They were so close. They were so close.
And you could have your phone just chilling.
It's one of those things where in their minds it probably made sense, but then in execution it's very poor.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is a fairly attractive-looking dash, and now you have to clutter it with a cable.
Also, I don't care for the headliner.
Why?
Because it's brown. I mean beige.
I like it.
Well, you are a beige headliner enthusiast.
I am.
Very blocky feeling shifter.
Ooh, let's not take this person out. We could hit them and not even know it.
I was going to say, I would have just run him over completely. Yeah. These mirrors...
They are quite huge.
Yeah, I also really can't see around them.
Yeah, they're giant.
Guarantee I run something over while we have this car.
This has the new TRD exhaust sound.
This is the most obnoxious... Oh, does it? Does it sound different than the Tundra? What is that? Something you threw. Scraper. Yeah, something you yeeted forwards.
Yeet is the proper term.
Stock feels nice. The dash cam, of course.
I don't think it sounds different than the Tundra. I was saying it sounds the same as the...
Useless right now.
Yeah, why is that?
Because it's covered in things. Oh,
but aren't camera mirrors not supposed to get covered? Like, isn't that the point? Is they put them in a place that that doesn't happen?
Oh, probably. Maybe it's just foggy.
This is also a very silly little place. What are you supposed to put in there?
Things.
Like what?
Okay.
Let us know in the comments.
Sitting here right now. If there was somebody stopped right there, I would not be able to see them.
Same with this. I wouldn't be able to see them there.
Like, that's crazy.
Something like this shouldn't be fast. Like, it's almost a liability.
Yeah. Maybe I just need to raise my seat higher.
No, they are very tall.
Ooh.
Like, the fact that someone can get going like that. Yeah, I know. And it just, that seems like a weapon.
That is very quick. I see what the individuals on Twitter mean about vehicles being too large.
Oh, yes, we heard about that.
Yes.
What was the word he used?
I don't remember.
Oh, it was so good.
It was so good. I forgot his name.
It was something like it should be illegal or something like
Well, he was referencing a GMC truck.
Yeah, it was a Yukon or a Sierra.
It was a Sierra Denali. Saying that
criminal
it was dangerous.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Basically, what I took from that is everyone should drive a McLaren 720S.
Oh, why that?
Because you you'd be able to see a 3-year-old.
That is a big upside of the McLaren 720S.
That's true. Yeah, you'd be able to see out of it. Anyways, we're getting a little bit off topic.
Oh.
This does feel large as well. You know, some cars you see, you know, like perhaps, for instance, actually, the Lincoln Navigators. You get in that car, steering's very light. That's going to drive me nuts back there. And it doesn't feel as large as it is, but this feels like I'm driving a mountain, a big orange mountain down the road.
Also, the windshield's very short.
It is.
Like it's a claustrophobic
It's like straight up and down.
In here.
Yeah. I do genuinely feel like I'm driving a semi-truck. I think it's the mirrors. I really do.
The mirrors go along with it.
I really think it's the mirrors.
Why would they have put that on
It's a little intimidating. What's that person doing?
degenning.
It's a little bit intimidating. Yeah, I don't know what you need these for on this. I guess
I guess we shouldn't even have to ask if we can tow with it, because my goodness, it seems like they're gonna be insulted.
What
if
can
we
we tow? What can we tow with it this week?
A lift, actually, 2 lifts.
So where? The scrapyard?
What's the tow rating on this bad boy?
Probably a lot. Also,
you should know. You wouldn't impress it, man.
I did. If you go and watch my video on the Topher channel, I did say it in that.
You probably mentioned ground clearance.
And I mentioned ground clearance as well. Of course I did. You gotta get all the numbers when you're filming for the Topher. Not super loud, actually.
No. I think it's quieter than the Tundra.
Yeah, it's a little loud, but it's, compared to, say, the Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek.
I was going to mention that as well.
It's actually pretty quiet.
There's a little
bit of
a little thing on the windshield up there says Toyota Trucks with a small mountain. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh no, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's a little Easter egg.
This is quick. It's very quick.
Are you in sport mode?
No. Would you like to put me into sport mode?
Yes. There you go.
Thank you. Now it's just gonna project more sound through the through the speakers.
I'm surprised you're able to keep it within the lines here.
Thank you. Yeah, it sounds just like the Tundra. Ooh, an Escalade. You know what, Charlie? I'm going to go into eco mode.
To save that 7.8 miles per gallon we've been averaging?
Yes.
8.7.
See, immediately, 9 mpg. See, we're saving
the environment.
Things. Yeah, we are. So is this gentleman in his Escalade.
Yep.
He's going to be testing out the rough ride section.
Mm-hmm. Escalade's a cool car.
No signal? Oh, there's the signal.
I guess I should be making observations here.
Yeah, you probably should.
Lots of places to put things.
You won't like the steering wheel for a couple of reasons.
It's golf ball all the way around.
Yes.
It's way too thick.
Yes. Well, actually, you know what? It's not terribly thick.
Okay. Why is this just wasted space? That's... Yeah.
Triggered the dash cam.
Mm-hmm. This could all be more place for things, and instead it isn't. They're change enthusiasts.
I wonder if...
Toyota. Oh, look, the little Toyota trucks. Except, this isn't a truck. This is a Sequoia.
Oh, that's neat. Well, yeah, the Sequoia's in the middle.
Oh, so is that supposed to be a Tacoma and a Sequoia and a Tundra?
Yeah, probably. I don't think the one of these that I drove had the tow mirrors. There's no way it did. Setting you up for a thumbnail.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think it'd be better to get the thumbnail in the off-road section.
Okay.
I like that the running boards are kind of compact and just tucked away.
Are you going to make this smell like feces for me? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but can you close the door? Because I am going to get a thumbnail.
Oh, you are actually? Oh, how polite. I'll just hide behind the tow mirror. You won't even see me. Were we driving around with the brights on that whole time?
You mean, were you driving around
with the brights on that whole time?
You may have been.
I think I was.
Boy, you're just an absolute knob. Driving a bright orange Sequoia with tow mirrors and a roof rack with your brights on. You were!
Oh.
Chris, you're awful. That poor Escalade was being blinded by you.
At least it's daytime. It's not as bad.
Okay. Fog lamps don't need to be on. There's a lot of buttons over here.
This is just the most massive thing. Who actually needs this car? Nobody does.
People with a lot of children.
No, but I mean like the TRD Pro orange roof rack. Okay.
Because who's like off-roading these? I feel like if you're going to do off-roading, you get a.
I've off-roaded. I off-roaded this.
Yes, but in a precedent.
Got 1 million views on Winding Road.
So is that the only purpose of this car then? Is to
and I'm actually gonna go on there and check and see if it had tow mirrors because I don't think it did.
There's no way it did. These things are giant. Oh, this actually is very easy to drive though. It's fairly light steering.
Oh, cool. Okay. Let's see. Winding. Oh, also, I watched the Savage Geese LFA video while you were gone.
Oh, did you like it?
Yes.
Chris, I can't see any cars right here. Like, if someone were coming down the road...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't see out of it. Let's see. I can't tell. Oh, it did not. It did not have the tow mirrors. None of the ones at that event had the tow mirrors.
Anyway, did you like the LFA video?
I did.
Yeah,
it was good. Yeah. The only part that was a little slow is when they spent 30 minutes
At the dealer?
At the dealership.
I think they probably had to do that to kind of appease the owner.
Yeah.
Like, you know, to do something for him. Sort of.
Yeah.
All right. I like it going down the road. I do. It's riding pretty well. TRD products generally do. I like this big map here. Parkway portable toilets. See, I've never known what this business is, and now I know that.
But now Google has told you. Sorry, 1.1 million views, Charlie.
Keeps on climbing.
Capstone got 218,000. And the TRD Sport, I forgot I filmed 3 of these for Winding Road.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you were quite intimate with this car.
I was actually. I did the TRD Sport, the SR5 TRD Sport, which is I think the base model. That one got 327,000 views. People like the Sequoia.
These mirrors are not going to make this truck very slim. Oh, and good. Now
Let's do a tally. How many times can we set the dash cam off?
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot. I'm surprised that didn't do it.
Well, it's probably already running.
Oh, there's a full set of wheels and furniture over there.
Pick it up. We got that giant roof rack.
Yeah, we should. Oh, test the roof rack out. We'll put a chair. We'll bring it back for Stu. He'll love it.
Oh my gosh, Stu would get so happy.
He would. There's a little children's bicycle.
This is actually a great day to do this section because there's a lot of wetness.
This is the fun part for me about doing this section is I can distract myself from the carnage by looking at all the things people have dumped. Oh, yeah, come on, go.
Didn't even get on the windshield. Getting a lot of traction control intervention here.
But no dash cam intervention.
Yeah. Like nothing got on the windshield. That's pretty impressive. Usually you get just doused.
Yeah. Well, they've thought of that.
I think we went down a lot back there. It's like some mud or something. That does ride really well.
It does. Yeah.
Its shocks
great.
are impressive.
Yes, and there was a reason for that they told me on the trip.
A reason for riding well?
Yeah.
Oh, it's our Escalade friend. Should we tell them that our brights aren't on anymore? We apologize.
Say we switched drivers and
driver mod. Oh, yeah. He's gonna come chase us.
Yeah. You bastard! You blinded me with bright lights and TRD light bar. All of the mud is now.
Mm-hmm. Also, it smells excellent here.
That does smell terrible. Thank you.
I want to go run over more things now. That was fun.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But that's the problem, is people will buy this and never run over things. If you're someone who lives out...
No, they will.
Oh, Starbucks curbs?
Yes.
Okay. If you're someone who lives out west and you actually use your TRD Pro products for doing off-roading, that's awesome. Kudos to you. None of my ill intent or words ever go to you. It's to the people who buy these and then don't.
It does smell disgusting in here now.
Max! I can hear that.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You hear all that air up there?
Yeah, it's the roof rack.
That's horrible. Can we just remove it?
Probably.
It should just be like some things, right?
I mean, it's probably like Allen screws.
Yeah, let's just take it off. Leave it in the garage for a week.
And then forget to give it back.
Let's give it back to him, but just not attached. Just put it
in the trunk. I took a parcel shelf out of the Volvo V60 and it sat in my garage for like over a month.
Yep.
Yeah. And no one noticed.
This only has 1,900 miles on it. Only 19,000 journalist miles.
Yeah, I don't think this was at the launch event. Maybe it was.
You were probably driving pre-pros at the launch event.
Yeah, probably. That was a while ago. That was like 6 months ago or more. 7 months ago. Yeah.
It's, for being as large as it is, because I do agree with you, it feels very large.
Yeah.
Not hard to drive.
No.
You can't see anything. But the steering is fairly light. Everything kind of makes sense.
You can't see out of it, but if and when you crash, you'll be comfortable and safe.
Yeah. And getting 11 miles per gallon.
I can't believe I drove around with the high beams on for the first half of this.
Shame.
I'm channeling my inner degen today majorly.
You really are. We get one equinox.
I know,
and all
it's
of a
like
sudden
my whole vibe's thrown off.
Look at how do you like this?
Yeah, what's going on there?
Should I pull right in front of him?
Yeah, that'd be good. shot. Guaranteed we'd get shot.
Is he eyeing us?
Damn Toyota. No, it's actually a girl. It's like
Really?
a high school girl. Yeah.
Oh, I'm good. Someone you can be misogynist too.
Do not start a rumor on the internet that I'm a misogynist.
You shoot a
You
review.
can't do that.
You shoot a review for the Topher in like 3 months, and they're in the comments like, "Oh, great, you had the misogynist shoot a review for you." William Long comments on the Winding Road video. These look like
That's a sign that you need to cut all that shit out. We're going to spend the week with the Toyota Sequoia.
Thanks.
Charlie's just got a black screen right now. Or he's got a
I'll put
picture of
something
something.
up
He'll
here.
put a picture of something up.
Yeah.
We're going to spend the week with the Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro and its lovely roof rack. And we'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah. Or we'll take the roof rack off. We'll see.
Yeah.
Probably not, though. 'cause
Probably
it's
not.
wet.
Yeah.
It's extra work, and we're, the journalist side of us doesn't like to do extra work.
No, definitely not.
We'll just complain about it.
Yeah. Like we are now.
Wrapping up our week with the Big Orange, which I've been calling it
Me too.
by the end, because that is what it is. It's big and it is orange.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get out of the cold and
Okay.
into the very Americanized interior. Don't hit yourself on this mirror as it folds out. Oh, you got me a present.
Did I?
No, it's to Matthew.
Why did that get left in here? Jesus.
Well, you're gonna forget it back there now.
Well, where should I put it?
I don't know. Put it with this mask.
You'd never guess who is sitting over there.
You can probably fit this in here.
I
There you go. You definitely won't forget it. Oh, look how nicely it fits.
It does
in.
fit perfectly.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, admittedly, I was eating sushi in here last night. But I don't think I did that because sushi isn't juicy. So I don't
Plus,
think.
it's really good sushi.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think I did that.
Okay.
Anyways, though, I left my iPhone cord in here to show you how silly the
It's you can
cord
use wireless.
is. I know, but if you want to use a cord.
Yeah, but you could still plug into here to get the charge and then just do wireless. But yes, that is. I agree. It is
It's
a
in
silly
a silly spot.
They could have made this deal, but it's not as bad as the Genesis's where you have to be plugged in.
That's right.
Yeah. Also, thank you for having the climate control on Chris and
I
Charlie's.
had that. Yeah, I had that ready for you already
you.
on the way in.
I really like the screen. It works
The
so well.
screen's great. It's honestly like the highlight of this truck.
Yeah.
However-
Were you telling me, or was it someone else, that an undisclosed source from Toyota said that,
That was me.
that these mirrors had very little...
Oh, I told you something else about the roof rack.
Okay. I
What
thought you
did
said
you-
something about the mirrors got like no... Oh, no, it was just the
It
roof
was the
rack,
roof
right?
rack. The mirrors were whatever. But the optional roof rack on this Sequoia was basically the way I understood it is it was developed separately.
Okay.
Like it wasn't developed for the Sequoia.
Hmm.
So when they were testing it, allegedly, it was literally flying off of the truck. Like it was.
Great. And
But
you
I
wouldn't
guess
know
they've
that
taken
by
care of that.
reaching up and touching the roof as you drive at 70.
Yeah, or having ears. Yeah.
Much like the Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek, there are things that we don't care for with this vehicle that are not the vehicle's fault. It's the things that it's equipped with.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
I imagine if we were in a tastefully spec'd SR5 Sequoia,
Yeah.
it would be better.
Yes.
But I do have
It
to
is
say...
better. I've driven it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I do have to say, this suspension is incredible.
Oh, it is.
And if you were going to be
Phenomenal.
doing regular off-roading or even just aggressive two-tracks or something,
Yeah.
this setup is great.
Well, that's something TRD always does right.
Mhm.
Because, like with the 4Runner, similar sort of thing. It's kind of woeful on the road and things, but the suspension, I mean, you can just nail speed bumps at 45 and you don't even feel them. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of the same thing with the Sequoia. Nice and cozy. And these tires aren't super loud either. They're a little loud, but they're not horrible.
They're definitely not those Toyos.
Right. They're about as good as you can get as far as an all-terrain on the street goes.
It is a little loud from the exhaust standpoint.
Yeah, the exhaust is a little loud, a little drony. Jeez, dude. None of this
The
time.
company you keep, Chris.
I was gonna say this time none of it was me.
I'm gonna have some words with Emily.
None of it was me. Yeah, you can yell at Emily for all that.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll take that well.
Oh yeah. Camera rearview mirror is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Yeah, it
appreciate
works
that.
better than a lot of the other brands. It's very crisp.
Yeah.
Oh, and did you notice that
and
when
we're about to get literally smashed into by an express van?
Great, thank you, buddy. Did you notice that when you run the rear wiper, it clears the camera?
No.
Yeah, do the like spray, push back and spray thing. See it? The wiper's clearing the camera there.
That's
because I
very
found
cool.
driving around, I'm like, the camera's all covered in rain and everything, but then I turned that and it cleared right up. So that's
cool.
smart.
Yeah, that is smart.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the JBL sound system.
Not fantastic. If we were in a 4Runner, we would be like, oh, yeah, it's
great.
pretty good. That's fine. This is an $80,000 vehicle, and it's imprecise for an $80,000 vehicle.
Yeah, definitely. I had high hopes, but I'm never really a big fan of the JBLs and the Toyotas. Like,
the RAV4s was pretty good.
Yeah, but they're never class leading, which, okay, obviously everything can't be class leading, but there's just this, like, lack of detail in the JBLs that I just, like, I'm never a big fan of.
That's fair.
Yeah, if you can still hear me over the roof rack.
Well, it's the roof rack, and I've also got a high-pitched hiss coming from the trailer mirrors.
Ah, good.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Peggy was gonna... Oh, she is.
She's gonna hit it at 45.
Understeers off the road.
we have to pull her out with this thing, which it would be able to do very well.
Yes.
Did you use 4 high at all?
No.
I didn't either.
The good news about this Toyota, though, above other Toyotas, is that the entire steering wheel is heated. Because usually Toyota doesn't give you that.
But the entire steering wheel is also perforated. Oh.
He's coming over here. I just scared him. Come on. It's okay.
You
Or maybe
scared him
not.
entirely into the center lane.
I didn't mean to do that. Usually people just, like, go slow, so I go around them.
Yeah.
You know?
I do wish they designed this whole thing better. I know it's a bit juvenile.
There are a lot of things going on. Yeah.
But it's, this is good. Is this from sushi as well?
No, I don't think so. Probably from the McDonald's.
That makes sense. The cheap plasticiness just doesn't feel right in this car.
Because there's a lot of things that you touch there, obviously, and it doesn't feel the most expensive.
So you spent a lot of time actually driving this car. What is it like to drive?
I used 3/4 of a tank. It's got a big presence. You do feel a bit like a menace, which is kind of hilarious to say about a Toyota Sequoia.
Okay.
But just all of the TRD things combined with the orange paint and the big tow mirrors, you just feel like you're kind of a menace to society driving it around. But it is quite cozy, and I did actually not mind living with it. Besides the thing that we found with the Toyota Tundra, which is that you can't use proxy key with the rear doors. It's very irritating.
Yeah.
When you're going to put things in the back, which when I'm taking I take backpacks everywhere because I'm filming stuff and whatever. When you go into the back seat, you can't, so you have to go into the front, open the door, hit unlock, or you have to pull the key out of your pocket and spam the unlock button. And it's just, camera systems are all good.
Yeah,
but living with it overall, it was a little bit easier to live with. It was able to fit in Emily's garage, unlike the Tundra. I was able to shoehorn it into the garage. It was quite tight, and I had to fold the mirrors in.
Okay.
But it was good. A report on the actual mirrors themselves after living with them for the week. In the intro we observed that they are quite a large blind spot, and that stayed consistent throughout the week. I was very stressed in intersections, pulling out places, because you just simply cannot see around these things. I mean, they're like so massive. Usually tow mirrors, they don't stick out as far, and they're like higher up, I feel like.
If you I don't know what it is about
I don't know what it is either. They're just
I think it's because they're so deep. You notice how deep that?
Yeah, they're pretty deep.
Like, we just drove my F-250, and the tow mirrors are very shallow.
Yeah.
So, yes, they take up space outward, but there's like an inch or two. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know. But yeah, this does really take up a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of black.
There's a lot of black that's also, like, loose or something. I felt like I adapted to it, and when we initially got in it, I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm just in a cocoon. I can't see out of it. That got a little bit better. I got a little bit more used to the vehicle in general, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's a little bit preposterous and overpriced.
How's the fuel economy been for you?
Horrible. Well, it's 14.6. I haven't reset it. I've been getting 14.
Yeah. It's not great.
It is quick though, so I have been getting on it. I can't say that I've been driving like a grandma and getting 14.6. I drove my friend's Whippled Raptor yesterday, which is it's a 6-cylinder Raptor, and the Whipple kit is a bigger intercooler, bigger charge pipes, and a tune. So it's not like it's twin charged or anything. but it's supposed to add 100 extra pound-feet of torque and like 70 horsepower, and it honestly felt about as fast as this.
It's believable.
And
especially at lower speeds where the battery's helping out.
Right,
and
yeah, and you've got that. I mean, 580 pound-feet of torque in this.
That's a lot.
It'll go, and it really put it in perspective driving that Whipple-tuned Raptor. I was like, oh my gosh, I got back into this right after, and I was like, this feels just as fast. So.
It's a strong powertrain. It doesn't feel sporty. That's the downside of doing a hybridized powertrain is, yes, you have the power, but you don't want to use it, really. It's kind of like similar to that Volvo T8 we recently had. Very refined, and on paper and in the real world, very capable of getting up to speed quickly, but it doesn't do so with gusto.
I don't notice this ever driving in EV mode, unless you're going like under 5 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's about the only time you really get that. It does shut off sometimes as you're coasting, like you're coming into a stop sign or whatever, but you barely notice it.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you use the trunk at all?
Yes. Yes, I did. Actually, I want to open it real quick so I can show you what I used it for.
Okay.
I don't have anything back here. I don't think anyways, but you know, knowing me, we should check. So I had the seats up, which you do just by, well, I don't want to put that one up. It was unhappy about that.
Because I scooted that one up to see if this would be any better.
Right. So I had this up.
Okay.
And I took this and put it in the bottom setting, or maybe I didn't. I don't know, but I used it for gas cans, and funny enough, this actually held them from moving around. They didn't slide at all. I was able to wedge them between the seat and the back of the truck.
Nice.
So, yeah, so that worked out well. However, there's just so much going on back here. Like, if you have this down, I don't know my rights from lefts or my ups from downs. There's just a lot of like gaps and holes and things, and it sits up really high, and you know, of course they give you this thing, but this thing's like frustrating.
Especially with this net.
Yeah. Nobody wants to screw with that. So.
I mean, I imagine you'd kind of.
And then.
Yeah. Well,
this isn't the car's fault.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Well, yeah, not necessarily. I guess you could. Can you just remove these seats, or would that be a big pain?
I don't think so, because look, well, I guess these tracks would stay regardless, but maybe you can. But with them being power and everything,
that's probably tough. Yeah. All right.
So there's just a lot going on.
Yeah, if you're considering a Sequoia, make sure you go and play with one in a parking lot.
Oh yeah.
A dealership or something, and just kind of play around. Make sure your lifestyle would accommodate that. The Topher mentioned that one of his neighbors was interested in one of these, but they have a dog that they regularly put in the back, and it would be very difficult for the dog to find.
The dog's little legs would go down into the holes.
Exactly. We're running on all electric now.
Yeah, well, you're going 2 miles per hour.
Now I'm 3,
4, 5.
I did get a whole 18 miles per gallon on the highway fuel economy.
That's great. Wow. I drove this car on the highway quite a bit. And it was just hilarious. Yeah. I mean, it's actually hysterical how loud that roof rack is.
The steering seems to be a pretty good weight. It's not so light that it feels insignificant, but it's not so heavy that it feels like you're doing a workout.
you can maneuver it around pretty well in parking spaces and things. And then the cameras are so good that it's easy to park.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's quick.
Long gears too.
Yeah, and which is funny because it's a 10-speed.
Yeah, that is strange. 10 speeds pretty much only exist to satisfy the EPA. Yeah. They have like designated shift patterns and everything like that. Yeah. Why is this on face, Chris? We need heat.
I put it on face.
Why? The heat rises. Or displaces cold.
Sometimes I need the heat on my face though, immediately. Okay. And then I'll switch it to feet.
Okay. You know they make a 2 for setting as well.
Yeah, I know, but then it doesn't blow as hard out of the dash.
Did you see that somebody in the comments called you out and asked if you had permission to use the Topher tap? Someone was like, pretty sure the Topher like started this whole like foot tapping thing. Like, are you sure you guys are allowed to use it or something?
Well, commenter, I asked him, and he said yes.
Okay.
So. And
we give him credit.
We do.
It's in the name.
Yeah.
It's not the substitute Topher tap.
I should make my own, shouldn't I? I think a lot of people don't know that that's who I am because they don't see my face in those Topher videos.
Yeah, they'd have to see your hands.
They would know from the
other videos.
That's true. Sometimes I ride with Chris though, and they know me from that. But anyways.
Oh, I'm receiving a phone call. It's probably
of course you are.
All
right, everyone, we'll drive on.
He's gonna have to wait. wait. I told them that I was off of my video call at 11. Told them I was on
Oh,
video call.
it's the truck owner calling
Probably,
you?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I guess I could double. I'll just wait.
That says bitch.
That's like the female equivalent of like a big truck that says like a locally hated.
Sorry for making more editing for you, Charlie.
That's okay. This is a vehicle that I feel bad being negative about, because I know Toyota tried really hard, and I know they really do have a lot of things right on paper, and I think for some people this is going to be a really, really good option. Like, in theory, you still have Toyota reliability. I mean, yes, this 3.5 liters, a new powertrain, and they might have some growing pains with it, so I'd be a little wary about buying it first model year.
Yeah.
But Toyota's going to stand by their products. They're going to treat you right, treat you well, improve problems very quickly. It does most things pretty darn well, and like you said, Chris, you can just spending a week with it, you adapt to it, you kind of get used to it and comfortable with it, and a lot of the things that upon initial impression are like, you come to be like, yeah, they're okay.
Right.
I do have to point out that I don't think the TRD Pro trim is going to be right for a lot of people. I think you can save money and improve your daily driving experience with going with a little bit more of a pedestrian style trim.
Yep.
But for certain people, the TRD Pro is going to kind of be the only thing out there. I mean, what other vehicle can you get a third row and all this towing capability and everything, and the incredible off-road capabilities?
The Expedition Timberline.
Yeah, I doubt that would even touch this thing off-road.
Yeah, probably wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, you've off-roaded with this, and could you see yourself doing that with an Expedition?
I don't know, but the Topher has off-roaded both.
Oh,
so you could ask him.
Yeah, we'll have to consult with him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't love my time that I spent in it.
Because it's not very fuel efficient. In very large and orange.
Yeah, it is very large and orange.
But you are kind of orange today, a little bit.
Yeah, new sweater.
And I'm green.
Mm-hmm. Christmas.
What is orange and green?
Christmas.
Well, orange and green is Christmas?
Yeah.
Red and green is Christmas.
Oh, this is red.
I know it's reddish. Yeah. It's like reddy orange.
All right, let's end this video.
Okay, sorry. There's some sort of sports team that's orange and green, isn't there? I'm not a sports enthusiast. So I don't know.
University of Miami.
The Dolphins?
No, University of Miami. Not professional.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely need to end this video.
Thank you all so much for watching. If you do a lot of serious off-roading and you need to take a lot of people and things on top, the TRD Pro Sequoia may be for you. But I hope to drive an SR5 at some point and perhaps like it more.
TRD Sport is a nice...
TRD Sports. Oh, yeah, that would probably be a good way to go.
All of the SR5s may be TRD Sport because it's just like...
They're so close.
Yeah.
And we will see you on the next one. We are Chris and Charlie with Daily Motor, and as always, big orange roof rack trailer tow mirrors on.
Do you have a lint roller?
Not with me.